Ralf Rangnick is set to be appointed as interim Manchester United manager until the end of this season. He is currently head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Here is the bio of this unknown man. Ralf Rangnick is a German professional football manager, sports executive, and former player who works as head of sports and development at Russian club FC Lokomotiv Moscow. After an uneventful career as a player, Rangnick began his coaching career in 1983, at age 25. He is one of the most tactical football coaches and one of the best of his generation and German coaches. In this article, we will take a look at Ralf Rangnick biography. Ralf Rangnick, Backnang, 29 June 1958, is a German football coach and former footballer who played as a defensive midfielder for many German clubs. He has also worked as a manager in many different clubs in Germany including VfB Stuttgart, Hannover and Schalke 04. Most recently, he was working as coach of RB Leipzig. Since Rangnick is a certified teacher and used to explain the tactical approach of a team on a blackboard during a television program, he earned the nickname Football Professor. At Stuttgart University in 1977, Rangnick started studying sports and English. At that time he had already spent a year playing as a midfielder for the amateur side of VfB Stuttgart. During a research project, Rangnick ended up in Brighton, joining the small club Southwick FC. Afterwards, he returned to Germany and ended up in the highest amateur division with VfR Heilbronn. Next, he played for 1 year at SSV Ulm 1846. Then in 1983, Rangnick became a player trainer at FC Victoria Backnang. Meanwhile, he also studied at the Sports University of Cologne. There he earned his trainer's certificate. During the 1987-88 season, he briefly played for TAD Lippoldsweiler. After spells with several teams in lower leagues of Germany, Rangnick has also served as coach of Bundesliga teams VfB Stuttgart, 1999-2001, Hannover 96, 2001-2004, FC Schalke 04, 2004-2005, and TSG 1899 Hoffenheim, 2006-2011. He was notably successful at Hoffenheim, which he took from the Regionalliga Süd to the Bundesliga in 2 seasons. Between 2012 and 2015, he was sporting director of FC Red Bull Salzburg, while also in charge of RB Leipzig's development. It is believed that he will succeed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who left the club this month, and after his initial 6-month spell in charge, the German will take on a consultancy role with the club for 2 further years. But what attracted United to Rangnick and vice versa? What kind of manager is he? Is he likely to be a success, and what will his role beyond this season entail? And what will his appointment mean for Cristiano Ronaldo? To answer these questions, the BBC spoke to St. Louis, South Carolina sporting director Lutz Pfannenstiel, who worked with Rangnick at Hoffenheim, former Leicester defender Christian Fuchs, who played under him at Schalke, and European football journalists Raphael Honigstein, Guillem and Julian Lawrence. Rangnick's appointment comes at the end of a thorough recruitment process conducted by United, who were impressed during an initial conversation with the German earlier this week. The 63-year-old has built an impressive coaching reputation during his time in Germany, chiefly through spells at Stuttgart, Hannover, Hoffenheim, Schalke, and RB Leipzig. He would be joining a club that are 8th in the Premier League, having lost their way under Solskjaer, whose final match was a 4-1 humbling at Watford and their 4th defeat in 5 league games. Honigstein, he had a similar offer of an interim job from Chelsea not that long ago, and he said no, that's not for me. In this case there are 3 different things. Firstly, it is Manchester United, and that still has a special ring to it. There is a romance, especially for an Anglophile like Rangnick, who studied and lived in England and loves the Premier League. Secondly, it is 6 months. It is more than 2/3 of the season with a lot of football still to be played. He has no experience of English football, comes in January, and, just by giving a team that was completely rudderless some structure, he goes on to win the Champions League. I think United will have thought, can we get a Tuchel-type guy to give us an immediate lift, immediate structure? The team is better than their current results and performances. Rangnick's trophy haul as a manager is modest, but his influence on the game is vast, not only as a coach and director of football but as a thinker on the game. His biggest achievements have been in building sides from the bottom up, most notably at Hoffenheim and RB Leipzig. He is often cited as the originator of the modern pressing game, with Tuchel, Julian Nagelsmann, Ralf Hasenhüttl and Jurgen Klopp among those he has influenced. It is going to be difficult if Ronaldo is a no for him. United will be the first truly elite European club that Rangnick will